Hey, what's up? This is Matt Dietz, and this is Agency Launch. This is the show where I tell you what it's like to run an insurance agency. So we talk about all kinds of things like staffing and retention and marketing and sales. And if you want some more bonus material, send me a text, 208-213-8809, and just use the word free. Text me the word free. You'll be opting into my texting community where you'll have access to me, and you can ask me questions and get tips and tricks and advice that I send out regularly. And you'll also get a free asset with a ton of different things to help you with your agency. So there will be downloadable assets on there. There's going to be podcasts, and there's going to be YouTube channels and all kinds of good stuff that I have vetted personally because I only want to give you good stuff. So 208-213-8809, send me the word free and get in. All right. So today I wanted to talk about a little bit about staffing. Okay. I wanted to just maybe walk you through what my experience has been like in building like my optimal team, because it takes some time. And I just want to do a little bit of, I guess, mindset work. When I first started building my team, I could only hire, what I could afford. And back in the day, I think I paid people, I started like $10 an hour. And then, if they got licensed, it'd be like $11 an hour. This is back in like 06, 07. And, slowly we've evolved. But, the path to building the optimal team that I look for or seek, where, honestly, I've learned to run an agency with two very high-level professionals. And the only reason that I'm able to really do that is because I have found out what good employees are truly capable of. And that is, I'm grateful for the employees that have shown me that. Before they showed me what was capable, I didn't really know what was capable, and I could only see what these employees were doing. And I didn't know what a high-level person looked like. So what I'm trying to say is that your team is going to evolve. And I believe the expectations for your team should continually increase as your agency ages. Okay, so what I mean by that is, like I said, in the beginning of my career, I could only afford a certain type of employee. And so I was hiring $10 and $11, $12 an hour employees, and they were good. They filled the need that I had, which is, actually I had some pretty good employees. I got lucky out of the gate. I found some people that could service clients really well and sell. And, I'm grateful for the employees and the time they gave me, even though they weren't, they were temporary for me. They lasted, 1 to 3 years. But they did good work for me. But there was a period of time where I cycled through a handful of employees and they just weren't cutting it. And so my wife and I were like, all right, well, let's change what we pay and see if that changes what we get. And it did quickly. I immediately got somebody who I think we jumped to like $15 an hour. And we got somebody who had 3 years of insurance experience, who was licensed, and it was pretty plug and play. And so the bar for that position had been raised. And now I can see, or I was able to see, what a better employee in that chair looks like. So I was able to delegate more. It freed up more time for me, but I didn't know that type of, professional was there because I'd never had one before. So she raised the bar for me. Same with producers. Okay. This is really important to understand. You may have a producer that's doing $10,000 to $15,000 worth of premium, and you might think that's okay. You might think that's the best you can get. I'm here to tell you that that's not. You can do better than that, but you may not know that because that's the best you've ever had. Okay, as soon as you get somebody in there that cracks 20 and can do $20,000 a month in premium regularly, your expectations of that position have jumped, and you will never accept less than someone that can write $20,000 a month because you now know that it's possible. Okay, and then when you get someone to write $30,000 a month, you won't accept less than that. The bar has been raised again. So what I'm saying is, the people in your agency, as your agency gets older and ages, the expectations of these team members are going to increase because you're going to end up getting better at hiring. You're going to end up being better at identifying talent. You're going to be better at training and onboarding people. So the level of your team is going to continue to go up until you find the team that you just fall in love with and want to keep forever. And I had that for a while. I still have most of that. That's how I found Meg. She's the best. And I had a producer there for 7 years, and we crushed it for 7 years. My producer left. I had to go through 3 others to find the one that I have now. And, with Meg and my new producer or protege, depending on what direction he goes, we're back on track. So there's an evolution to this, and I just want you to understand that as you get better as an agency owner, your people should evolve alongside with you, and the bar continues to get raised. So my hope for you is that you're always working to improve. I mean, I think, there is a cap. I think there's a cap for us. Like if you have any producer, I mean, I guess there are some producers out there that are doing, 70, 80, 90,000, a year or a month, in premium. I think they're working under different systems than I am, right? So I'm not having them dial for dollars. That's not the model that I have. So 30,000 is fine for me. Okay. 40,000 would be a luxury. 50,000 would be to hit that regularly would be rare. So I know that my 30,000 or more, you can work here. Okay. But I wouldn't have that number set if I didn't have somebody that had written 30,000 before. So what I'm saying is just pay attention to where you are and continue to improve your systems for training, improve your systems for recruiting and interviewing and training, and continue working towards getting the team that you want. If you don't have them right now, that's okay. They are a bridge to what you're working towards. Your team's going to be continually evolving, but it should continually be improving as well. So does that make sense? So that's what I have for you today. Just a simple message of the trajectory of your team. I just want to always continue. I want it to always be improving for you. And that's just been my experience. So if you have a team right now, you're newer and they're just kind of, they're getting it done, but they're not really getting it done to your expectations. It's okay. Learn from them and just continue to improve. All right. So that's what I got for you today. My name is Matt. This is Agency Launch. You can find me all over the place. I am on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. And don't forget to send me a text at 208-213-8809. Send me the word free. Also, if you go to agencylaunch.net, you'll find my full slate of training opportunities for you. You can everything from self-directed training to I've got my deck that's available to you, and then I've got some group, and I've got one-on-one. Okay, so I've really expanded my reach to help you out in with whatever budget you have. So agencylaunch.net is there for you. Thank you so much for listening. Keep up the good work.